Hi everyone. The story I'm telling today is kind of a good one, but also a sad one. It's good and bad, Good ending, but the whole thing is just bad. So, after I graduated high school, I moved in with my aunt and my cousins in Richmond, Rhode Island. I moved all my stuff there, and then right after that, I went to work at a camp in Ellington, Connecticut. I was there all summer. It was a sleepaway camp. So I just brought all my stuff there and left. I was only there for, I think, just one day. And their house was great. It was a farm, so they had like horses and chickens and goats, all that, right? It sounds awesome. I went there a lot for vacations during the summer and like on school holidays and everything. So I loved it. I thought it was going to be great. So halfway through August, I got a phone call from my cousin, Becca. She was freaking out, crying and screaming and whatever. And I was like, what's going on? Like, you need to come down and talk to me. So she told me that our grandma was kicking us all out of the house, something to do with my aunt not paying the mortgage for the house or anything, or not helping out like financially, as at least that's what I remember. So I had to leave camp, meet up with my cousins. We had to go and get all of our stuff, all of our furniture, and move out all in one day. It was really stressful and upsetting. And whatever we left behind, my grandma hired some people to come in and remove all the other stuff and throw it into one of the horseback riding fields that they had and burn it all. So after that, we moved in with my aunt's boyfriend up in Johnston, and we were only there for a couple of months. It didn't work out very well. He was just, very overbearing and strict and just had a lot of rules. It was just bad. So from there, we all decided to move in with my Uncle Lenny, which is their dad, down in Charlestown. And it was like paradise there. It was so much better and, really like family based. There was no drama, nothing crazy going on. And, everything was going well for about a month. And then I went back to my hometown in Stamford, where I'm from, and went to a Halloween party with some kids that I went to high school with, and I met this guy named Chance. It was like instant connection. I wouldn't say love at first sight, but definitely a good connection. And, we became friends, and then within a couple of weeks, we started dating. And the relationship didn't last very long. It lasted about 6 months. It was very intense. We lived together at my uncle's house secretly. I had brought him back home with me and put him in the camper in the driveway. And he was there for about a week, and then my uncle found him in there, and I got in really big trouble. So I had to, like, my uncle gave me an ultimatum where I could stay and live there, or he and I both had to leave, right? Either way, Chance had to leave. So I stupidly chose to leave with the guy. So I packed up my car, I brought all my stuff down to my mom's house in Stamford, packed it in her garage, and then she didn't want him there either, and none of my friends did, so nobody wanted this guy anywhere near them. He was, just trouble. He wasn't a good person. So we ended up living in my car for a few months in the middle of winter, and I finally had enough. At one point, it was freezing, and I couldn't run the car all night for the heat and everything, and, all that. So I asked him to do something, and he signed up to go to Job Corp in Massachusetts. And then I dropped him off at this place in Greenwich that took him up there. He left, and then we broke up over the phone about a month after he went up there. So, that was a total waste of time. Big life lesson right there. And then after he left, I went through a dark period of time. I just had a really, really bad time. I struggled a lot, and it took a while for me to get past it. But once I did, I realized, choosing to be with him really ruined my life and put me on a different path. But then I started working a new job down there, and I made some new friends, and they were great. And then I ended up living with, somebody else, this girl, and she introduced me to her neighbor, and his name is Logan, and he was definitely love at first sight. We met on 4th of July, which was pretty cool. And then we just became really good friends after that. We hung out almost every day. And then we started dating that September of the same year. That was 2017. And we've just been together ever since. And here I am 5 years later out in Groton with Logan. And we have a dog now. His name is Opie. He's a German Shepherd. So, yeah, it's really sad, you know, everything that I had to deal with back then. But I got through it and I'm okay. And I'm back in school now. So, yeah, that's it. That's my story.